Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Sarah Brewer with your weekend edition. We'll review some of the top stories for this week and a few of your favorites. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. This week was the Grant County Fair, and it all starts with the Cowboy Breakfast at Sincayu Square in Moses Lake. Here with the story is Cameron Probert.
Hundreds of people came down to Sincayu Square for a breakfast of sausage, eggs, and pancakes Friday. The Moses Lake Kiwanis, the Moses Lake Business Association, and the Columbia Basin Rodeo Association held their annual kickoff to the Grant County Fair, the Cowboy Breakfast. Moses Lake Kiwanis member Tom Heath said the club served breakfast between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. It drew all types of people, from people coming to work to people bringing their children and grandchildren for breakfast.
And there's lots of people from all around the community and all around the county that have joined us today for breakfast and the fun. I think it's people are very much getting geared up for the county fair to start next Tuesday and for the Demo Derby Wednesday and then our rodeo on Thursday.
Heath said the group served about 300 people during the course of the morning. The money from the breakfast goes to support the club's projects in the community.
And that goes for the many projects that we provide in town, including, of course, scholarships for high school kids, dictionaries. We give out dictionaries to all third grade students in the community and all the schools of Moses Lake, and all the various projects that we participate in during the year are also benefactors of the funds we raise today.
Heath has participated in the breakfast for 15 years. The events have changed, but it remains focused on providing food and entertainment to the community.
Well, the events have changed every year, but the events that they have in the event, aside from the food every day, is events geared for the kids. They have a little lasso competition, and they have, again, the Little Miss Rodeo competition, and it's all geared to be a family event, and that really hasn't changed over the time of the Cowboy Breakfast.
Children roped wooden dummies, rode stick horses, and participated in Little Miss Roundup, a competition towards the end of the event. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Looks like a good time and some good food. For the fair, one Ephrata boy decided to raise a pig to exhibit in hope of winning a ribbon.
In the farm animal world, Seth Elliott thinks pigs deserve more respect.
It's just pigs are so nice and friendly. People think they're just all muddy and everything, but I think they're nice and friendly. They're not like mean, and they actually come up to you and they'll play with you. They're the fourth smartest animal, I think.
At 12 years old, Seth of Ephrata has already raised 4 pigs and is competing a second time in this week's 4-H swine events at the Grant County Fair. What do you feed a pig for fair competition?
Just like a mixture of like corn and peas and beans.
Raising swine has been part of his family for up to 60 years, his father Scott says.
His grandpa is actually a pig farmer, and we started out raising his pigs for 4-H, and this is his 3rd time at fair. He's done the Grant County Fair twice, and now this year was his first year doing the spring fair.
Scott said Seth is committed to raising pigs.
He's real passionate about the fitting and showing portion of things.
Seth's mother is Brianna Elliott, and his sister Cheyenne is also competing at the fair with her pig. Seth said he learned a lot from the experience.
Responsibility and to just keep track and be out there with your pigs as long as you can.
This is Jeff Chu reporting from the Grant County Fair in Moses Lake.
Personally, I always wanted to raise a bunny. Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We'll be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER One Weather Center, sports, and more news.